I'll be reacting to Ningen Fushin, Adventurers Who Don't Believe Humanity Will Save the World, Episode 1. I will be watching it off of the website. I'll give it an extra like because it currently has 3.3k likes. And now I'll be starting off my reaction in 1, 0, and go. Adventure series. I was liking the sound of this. Yeah. Okay, okay. Oh, his life is gonna become. I've seen a lot of fantasy anime. Yeah, oh, I had a feeling. There's been a lot of lately fantasy anime where yeah, yeah, gold digger, gold digger, and a bandwagoner. Well, no, there's been happening a lot of fantasy anime lately. This happened like I got picked up at the Heroes Party a few seasons ago. This happened in literally the Beast Number series. Were in that series. The hero also got kicked out of his party. Not saying that's a bad thing, because I actually enjoyed those two series. I actually enjoyed Beasthammer and actually enjoyed the whole hero got kicked out of his party series. So, hey, if it's one like that, sign me the fuck up! Because those anime were some of my. They weren't necessarily amazing. They were bad, but they were entertaining. So, if they're kind of like that, then by all means, give me more. Although in the case of those two series, they only were made because of their low budgets. Because the scripts for those series were actually kind of good. It's just every single time there was a fight scene, for like special occasions, it looked bad. But hey, the Ryan Colors and those, but the series is completely anime like it is in this opening. And hey, some of the fuck up geek toys. I haven't actually seen a lot of animation from geek toys. Yo, the Canadian one looks like it's gonna be hilarious. And honestly, this one is nice. Oh man. I just wonder what type of broken power Nick is gonna have. Because I know he's gonna have one. That's how it works in these types of anime. Usually the main characters that are kicked out usually end up being powerful. They have some kind of super hidden uber ability that's super impressive and that'll make a difference in fight. That's usually how it works. Damn. As long as you're going through some hard ass times right now. Maybe it's something oh, I'm assuming Argus has got a boyfriend. Oh, oh, bro. Damn, when is he gonna catch a bro? But I know what that kind of sort of like when life beats you down, it just feels like when repeatedly does beat you down when you're on the floor. Unfortunately, is gonna be the blonde beauty in the opening, or should just the maid looking girl? Oh, 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 never mind. Wait a minute. He's probably not be able to know that it's his idol song too. Oh, I think yeah. Oh, Hey, good on me. That's actually really cool that she actually does that because in real life, most famous people will try to avoid someone to keep a low pro, which there's nothing wrong with that, with trying to keep your own privacy. But hey, that's really sweet because she didn't have to do that at all. Oh shit. Hope he saves enough money for like personal savings in case he falls into like a figurative rainy day. Damn. Hope eventually he'll realize that the odds of him getting with the idol chick are 0, and then he starts spending up money to, in case he wants to make family with a lady that he can actually obtain. I'm just saying. Nah, fuck it. Hey, it's cool to support your fandom. As long as you're healthy about it. If you don't go too far, then it's a-okay. The other thing is, you're gonna have to start believing in people because if he's gonna want an adventure, he's gonna have to go travel in groups. That's just the way it is. Yeah, some of the CGI is really noticeable when it comes to like the table when one character is singing cheers with their mugs. But other than that, though, the animation is not exactly super terrible. I, for the most part, love the character designs. They're, like really dang cool. Oh, there it is. The beauty. Damn, that's kind of mean though. Shit. You just said no. I'm just saying. You guys are I'm like, wow. I'm not gonna blame him for shooting his shot. But I'm guessing that she's probably like because she wants to get into like a rough patch. So I'm not gonna go throw shit at her. She probably wants shit in her life. Oh, there's always quick characterization for our main boy too, because at least here we get to see that he's actually got at least a good amount of street smarts, all things considered. Hmm. Kind of makes you wonder how he's going to get involved with their party though. Just considering the opening. I mean, usually when people say never, it has a tendency about biting them in the ass. Sometimes for the good or the bad. Oh, well then. Looks like they're all meant for each other. Whoo, boy. Hey, they're like pizza God. It's looking cool. It's actually nice getting to see a little bit of her sweet side here, actually. When it comes to the monologue she's got, kind of feels like, kind of feels like it could have presented the information a little bit better so that it doesn't necessarily sound like a complete info dump. Because at least the start of the episode, they had some really good info dumping. Well, not this episode's been good so far, though. I'm gonna get absolutely fucking straight here. I feel bad for her girl. I'm sure she's not bullying her at school. This this happens in a lot of anime lately. Hamifuro, it happened in what was it? The Isekai anime of last season? It was one I think it was like Isekai One Tonight Final Boss. That Isekai anime. It feels kinda your story kinda feels similar to, to Katarina's story in Hamifuro and Eileen's story in that Isekai anime I mentioned that aired last season. Oh, this guy talk about an inferiority complex. Jeez. Oh, damn. This guy's a fucking prick. Uh, she'll find someone better in life anyway. I'm gonna guess she was probably expelled or something. Yeah, you know what? She don't need these bastards anyway. Oh, oh, well then. Gotta admit though, I absolutely adore character design. It's actually pretty dang good. All character she's got the best character design for the characters in the series so far. Hey, pretty versatile. Mhm. Again, and it usually never works. Ah! Oh, but then she'll probably gamble, get more and more and more. Yeah, they get too cocky. Whe That's when gambling sometimes you might wanna quit while you're ahead, or at least when you gamble, you tell yourself, "I wanna win this set amount," and then you leave. Unless it's gambling that actually involves some kind of strategy, like, say, sports betting. Then in that situation, yeah, y'all probably would wanna actually, at that point, not rein in if you're that good. He doesn't even look like Walter. Man, Now this is actually how I do great exposition dumping right here. This feels natural. I'm talking like when characters in a monologue. This is the way I like my exposition dumps. When you have it done through like character dialogue where characters are either asking questions or just straight up talking about themselves to other characters. It just feels a lot more artful and tasteful as far as exposition dumps go. Because at least here it doesn't feel like they're just winking at the audience in comparison. That's why I feel this type of exposition dumping is much more tasteful. Oh, oh no. Uh-uh. No. Probably got like a good 10 to 12 more years before she can actually truthfully say that. Whoa! But hey, I'm not gonna blame him, but damn. How the hell is this his fault? I'm assuming she's gonna lie, and it's gonna make them look bad. She's probably gonna throw him out his name. That oh, yeah, I had a feeling he's gonna maybe I was not gonna pretend that she was touched or something. Oh, what the fuck? Don't tell me like it was oh, what the fuck? Oh, okay, so she was pretty much essentially saying that she was touched inappropriately. Yeah, that had to have been it. Had to have been it, accused of touching Taylor. Has to be it. Okay, that girl's a bitch. I don't care about the age. That was an absolutely diabolic thing to do. What the fuck? Whoa. Holy I feel okay, you know what? I feel bad for him the most now. Holy he has it the roughest out of all of them. Holy shit. Ah, whoa. And you know, I'm not even gonna blame him at all. I ain't. I mean, considering he was betrayed. But honestly, I really do hope things turn around for him. Oh man, acting is like one of the scariest things to believe as a worker. I mean, considering his considering his capabilities, he actually would be really useful to a party. Considering his the model he's got, he'd be a big ass asset. Yeah, you got every right to be playing in the party. Dolphins considered. Damn. Hey, at the very least, oh, But at the very least, you can really see some kindness. Hey, I'm not gonna blame him. Nah, I think it's just some exceptions because the ones that are not that close are like, hmm, I'm the guess. Yeah, her story is probably the roughest. Oh, that's sad. Okay, I was expecting like a super edgy backstory for her. Like, this actually kinda is good though. Damn, yo! You know, I really hope something bad happens to that woman, and that woman pisses me the fuck off. What happened to this? What the damn, at the rate these guys, these fuckers wouldn't be able to trust themselves with how things turned out. And they should all form a party together, which I'm assuming they will. Considering Tiana, Nick's, and the father's backstories, and it feel like it's set up for that to happen perfectly. Now he's asking, hey, he's asking important questions. Not only is it relatable, yeah, nowadays, look, some people do have to patch it together in order to survive and make ends. That's what this scene actually feels really real. Finally! I wasn't ever to spoil that too much. No, but why would they spoil it though? I mean, this is cool, but spoil I enjoyed this, enjoyed it, but I gotta admit the last bit, it's like shouldn't the last bit be kind of a surprise though for anyone that keeps on watching the series to be like, "Oh my gosh, they saved the world eventually," you know? Because of the narrative just says, "And then one day they'll save the world." I'm like, "Well, thank you, narrator, for spoiling it because now when it gets to it, I'll be like, yep, I want it." It'd be like if this series were ever have an arc where they save the world, it's not gonna feel as exciting because we know they're gonna succeed no matter what. It's like, oh, you open a book and then the book at the beginning tells you the ending. And it's like, well, thank you very much, book, for spoiling the twist. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the episode, but holy shit. Talk about spoiling yourself there. Overall, I still enjoyed this episode, but this episode was flawed though. Let me explain. Now, here's my honest rating on the first episode. If I had to rate this first episode on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being 9, 10 being exceptional, I'll give it a 5 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but it felt average because a lot of things, like, say, Tiana's backstory, I'm like, all right, with Tiana, it's like this girl felt like I've seen her backstory type of character in a lot of other anime, like the ones I've mentioned earlier in my stream. So she ain't exactly completely original character. Nick, I can get behind, and I do like Tiana. The father was a really good character. I liked him. He was actually pretty fucking awesome. So, from a character standpoint, I'd say none of the characters are weak points at all. Pretty dang lovable. Now, and saying that, there are flaws in this episode. For example, when you have Tiana with her exposition dumping, it's like kind of like when characters present information about themselves. In some instances, it works. In others, it feels like they're just winking for the audience, being like, "Oh yeah, see, there's this type of information." It doesn't feel like it's naturally presented sometimes in this episode. Other times it does. It just depends on the sequence. And here's another thing too that's a big downside about this episode. We instantly know they're gonna save the world eventually. So it's like, thank you, Renny Set, for letting us fucking know the ending. So now we know that the heroes are never gonna die, which means any future fight scene in the series, how is it gonna have any tension if we know they're gonna make it through every single problem and every single obstacle? Now we know that there's gonna be nothing that's gonna challenge them for the most part because we know they're gonna win. It's like, oh, geez, thank you for telling us the ending. So that's what I'm saying. There were enjoyable bits, but those were the negatives that weighed it down for me. And that's a lot of negatives. And then the animation quality could have been better because sometimes, like, say, for the CGI for the table, it looked cheap. The CGI for the monks kind of looked cheap. Things like that kind of stood out because last season was chalked to the brim with so many beautiful, gorgeous looking anime. Then you go to this anime, it's like, well, damn. But in saying that, there were positives. I do like the whole theme about characters being betrayed, and it's saying a theme where they're going to have to learn to trust other people again. In this instance, our four main leads are going to have to learn to trust each other. They're going to have to learn to trust again. So I already like that. And the whole message of shouldn't trust people that easily at the same time. But at the same time, you need a balance because you can't doubt people too much either. I like stuff like that. The backstory involving the father was really good. Seeing how he was betrayed by that girl was scary, and I felt like it was really interesting because nowadays you have people sometimes being canceled through cancel culture due to no fault of their own, due to, say, false accusations. So that's why I thought the writing felt so real because a lot of the problems our main characters are going through feel like problems that people in everyday life encounter. That's why, yes, did the episode have negatives? Yes, it fucking did. But it had positives too. That's why I enjoyed the episode overall. That's why the writing quality overall, it had more positives than negatives. Still, though, it needs to work on a bit of the negatives, but I have a feeling that it will be able to do that. I mean, I'm going to be checking out more episodes of the series regardless. So, those are my thoughts on the script of the episode. A mixed bag, but with more positives and negatives. Animation could be better. Could be better. I thought the voice acting was good, though. That's something I'll praise. That was nice. And I liked the opening theme. I thought the opening theme was pretty good. And that's overall. I had to rate this on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being abysmal, 5 being average, and 10 being exceptional. I give it a 5 out of 10 for the first episode so far. Like, it's exactly in the middle. Does just enough to make me interested, but not enough to make me a full-on believer yet. But hey, I see the potential there. If it's well executed, then I could see this series being a lot of fun. I'm just not a big fan of the fact that they spoiled their ending, though. That's the thing. Usually when anime spoil their endings, ain't a fucking good sign. I have yet to see actually scratch that. The only anime that I remember that has spoiled their ending and it still worked was Grip of Fireflies. That kind of spoiled a death of a character at the start of the film. But that film still hit like a ton of fucking bricks. But that's more of the exception to the rule. But in most cases, though, when anime spoil their endings, it usually isn't a good sign at all. It really isn't. I've been seeing all the non-sequel, spin-off anime since like the spring of 2020. Y'all can even check my playlist then. I'm not bullshitting. And it's usually bad so when that happens. But again, I'm gonna check this out and I'm gonna see if it's the exception to the rule, and maybe it could be one of the few anime that can actually somehow still be good, even after spoiling its ending. And I did enjoy the first episode quite a bit because, again, it still had more positives going for it than negatives. But anyways, y'all, these are my thoughts on the episode. Love to hear y'all's thoughts about how I feel about my reaction or the episode itself in the comment section below. Hope you'll rate the video, share, comment, subscribe, and also be sure to hit the bell for notifications. And I hope you'll have a great day or night, everyone. But anyways, y'all, have a great day or night, y'all, and I'll see you later if you come back from episode 2 reaction. Bye-bye, y'all.